The day I was born, my mom was actually working in the fields. She was picking oranges. That night, she went into the hospital, and she had me that morning.
Hi, my name is Leticia Lopez. I'm 19 years old and I'm a daughter of immigrants.
My grandpa came through the Bracero program, and when he was younger, he had my dad and his brothers, my uncles. After a few years working here in 1986, through the amnesty of 1986, through Reagan, they got their permanent residency here, and then my mom came over in 1997. I was born and raised here in Porterville, technically. In first grade, I moved here to the Woodville Farm Labor Center in 2004. Even some people know it as the Woodville camp or just the camp. We moved here because my dad's a farm worker. Anyone that moves in here has to have legal residency, at least. Anyone else that lives under the housing, it doesn't really matter about their status. It just has to be the person that applied, that has to be a permanent resident, and that has to work in the fields or in anything with agriculture. A lot of people here in this area are undocumented, and they work in the fields. They pick grapes, they pick cherries, they pick oranges, everything. Now with the new administration, they're mentioning more people as being criminals and they're either drug dealers or they hold guns or I don't know. It's a different story here in the valley because it's so based with agriculture that you see them everywhere, and maybe you don't know that the person next to you is undocumented, but you do, but they're affected by it somehow. And at least the people I know, they're working just to sustain themselves. They're all workers, and there's many like my dad that are residents or are citizens, and they still end up working in the fields. They work alongside all those people, and to them they're just another worker, and that's how we see them as well. I guess as kids you just see it, oh, we're gonna go work. You're all excited because you're gonna go get some money, you know. They give you like $1, but you think it's a lot. Whenever they take us like on the weekends here, it's like, oh, you had to get oranges. Those are bigger, and then they weigh. But like in Oregon, it's like whenever we'd go work, it would be more fun because they're tiny, and then you just pick them or you eat them because you don't have to peel them. You know, you just put them in your mouth, even though your mom gets you in trouble for like having to wash them before. Half of them would go in your mouth and half of them would actually go in the bucket.
Hold on. Okay, got it. Wait. Got it.
I guess in that time we saw it as something fun, but then after a while, whenever you realize it's because you're in need of money or you need this, it's like, okay, well, I actually have to work. I was in 7th grade and I didn't really know what was going on. It's like my mom left and I don't know what to do. In 8th grade, I was the second one in my class, my graduating class. So I got to do a speech. I thanked my teachers for everything they had done. I thanked my parents especially. Every time we practiced for that speech beforehand, they tried to get me to for my voice not to crack because I was gonna cry. But the day of the speech, it did, because I cried. I cried at the podium. I cried saying the speech and mentioning my mom and her not being there. When I was younger, you hear about the May Day marches and stuff. So my parents would take us out of school. I don't really remember carrying signs or anything. Like the only vivid picture I have is like I'm holding onto the stroller and my mom's pushing it, and it's like I can't see because there's people in front of me, but we're there. Now, it was the first time I marched in the front holding a banner. The banner says "Families Fight Back." To some, it may just be a banner just saying those words, but to me, it was like I was carrying that message because it's my family fighting back against the immigration system. Holding the sign, trying to keep it in place and trying to make sure it goes with everyone else. we would fight against the wind whenever we're trying to pull it forward. It's like saying, no matter how much we get pushed around and stuff, we're still moving, and we're still fighting back, and we're still going with everyone else. And no matter what the problems are, it's like we're still fighting for our immigrant community. We're still fighting for all the students, all the dreamers, all the families. If I can't do that for my mom, I'm gonna fight because of my mom.